happening in your hometown. This
And good morning. Welcome to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors and so much more. Whether you're dreaming of brand new cabinets and countertops, stylish new flooring, or a luxurious shower or tub, Professional Floor Covering has everything you need to transform your space. When it comes to flooring with floors in their names, you know they're going to have a great selection, a fantastic selection of carpet. They've got just tons of different colors, styles, materials to choose from. Plus a great lineup of hardwood floors, laminate. They've got a great selection of that popular LVP flooring. Whether you're going for the high-end stuff or you want something out of budget, they can help you out there. They also do tile and stone, and they do custom area rugs as well. You can choose from any carpet material. You can choose from carpet remnants, and they will make it to any size you need. And Randy and his team will come out, measure everything in your home absolutely free. They'll get you a free quote. They can provide suggestions on different types of flooring as well, and they will have your project looking great. Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Give them a call at 920-887-9972, or you can visit them online at proflr.com. Got the Wisconsin Badger red and white on today, getting ready for the Badgers to go dancing as they kick off their appearance in the March Madness NCAA tournament, taking on Montana. And we will have that game for you this afternoon right here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. 11:30 for the pregame here on 95.3 WBEV. And before that, we're going to have the Garden Doctor for you. We'll be wrapping up Hometown today about a half hour early today at 10:30, and we'll have Dick Zondag from Jung's Garden Center on, our first Garden Doctor of the spring season, because I know when you look outside today, you're thinking gardening, right? Hey, it's going to be right around the corner. Don't worry, it is coming. So get your questions ready for Dick Zondag, the Garden Doctor, coming up at 10:30 this morning here on 95.3 WBEV. And then coming up later tonight, yeah, that's right, it doesn't stop there. We've got Bucks basketball for you as the Bucks are out in L.A. to take on the Lakers. Pregame for that one at 9 o'clock tonight. Yeah, late night West Coast game for you here on 95.3 WBEV. Big thanks to everybody who came out yesterday to Sam's Saloon in Randolph for our big poker run stop. It was a great time out there. Had a great time chatting with Sam. Had one of the delicious gyros out there. Yum. Still just had dreams about it all night. So thanks again to everybody who came out, and make sure you stop out at Sam's if you missed us. Stop out there on Saturday. They got their big prime rib dinner, so enjoy that. Next stop on the poker run is coming up next Wednesday, the 26th. We'll be at the Dump in Cambria from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. It's going to be our last stop before the final party on April 9th at Rock River Tap. So get another card for your hand. I know some of you last time were like, I don't know. I don't have anything too exciting going with my hand. Hey, there's 2 more cards to draw, and I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but there's a lot that can happen. We've had a lot of winners that have drawn that last card they needed at the very last stop. So come join us at the Dump in Cambria next Wednesday from 4 until 6. And, of course, you can find all the details on our poker run on the contest page on dailydodge.com. When we come back, it is the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight in Business. We'll get to meet a couple of great businesses here in the Beaver Dam area. That's when we come back on Hometown Today from 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
You're listening to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. And if you head across the street from McKinstry's Home Furnishings, you will find Great Harvest in downtown Beaver Dam. And we have a couple of guests joining us from Great Harvest, one of the great businesses we are featuring here on the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center's Spotlight on Business. And we have joining us from Great Harvest this morning, Adriana Perez. She is the general manager, handles front of house, and Alyssa Stakoyak, back of house kitchen. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Great to have you on. And let's start. We're going to talk a little bit about Great Harvest, what you guys have to offer there. But let's get to know a little bit about the two of you. Just share with us a little bit about your background and how you got involved with Great Harvest.
I'll go first. I have been in Great Harvest since I was, I think, 20, so almost 10 years now. I started at the Delafield store, and then the same owner opened up a store in Oconomowoc, working all the positions, front of house, back of house, baker, all that kind of stuff. I went to school for baking and pastry, so I have a baking and pastry management degree. So yeah, I've done all of that, and now I am back of house leader at the Beaver Dam store.
It was funny as you started to say 10 years, I'm going, wait a minute. I know I'm old, but there's no way it's been 10 years since Great Harvest has been open at Beaver Dam.
No.
Then you started talking about the other store.
Yes,
like,
different
okay.
locations.
I was like, there's
yeah.
no way that much time has passed since they've opened. That's fantastic.
No.
Adriana, how about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely new to Beaver Dam within the last couple of years. I was in school in Milwaukee. I came from Milwaukee. Been in the service industry for a really long time. And I was working for DWC Specialties, which is one of our distributors right now. But yeah, kind of wanted to get back into service industry, and now I'm here. So.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
glad to have both of you here this
Yeah.
morning. And let's talk about Great Harvest for maybe those who aren't familiar with it, haven't been in. Talk a little bit about what you guys have to offer at Great Harvest and what people can expect when they come over.
Yeah, we bake fresh every single day. We have two bakers. We have a bread baker and a goodies baker. And the goodies baker does the cinnamon rolls, the scones, the cookies, the muffins, the biscuits, all that stuff. And the bread baker obviously does all the bread. And then we have sandwiches. So we have two sandwich makers every day and two front of house people every day. So a lot of people forget that, or maybe don't know that we have coffee. So we have coffee drinks. We're doing like specialty lemonades right now too that are really good. We're hopefully going to start smoothies pretty soon. So we got everything that you could imagine.
You were both so kind as to bring some goodies into to the studio with you today. There's a whole box of good stuff that the team here is going to get to enjoy today. There's cookies and that looks so good. Tracy Probst from the chamber and I were looking at the box going, should we even share with anybody, or should we just pretend this box never arrived here? You also, tell me about what I'm drinking today that you brought me.
Yeah, so our special of the month for our beverage is an Irish cream latte. I think next month we're doing a peep latte, which is just a toasted marshmallow latte, but then it comes with a peep on top, just to...
Easter spirit.
Yeah, Easter
Yeah.
spirit.
Spring.
So every month we always do a beverage of the month, sandwich of the month, so it's always just something new. Just to get people. Speaking
of Easter, yep, that's right around the corner here, and I know you guys are getting geared up with some Easter items over there. Talk about some of those.
Yeah, so our word of the year is simple, and so we are really flying with that. And our Easter menu has been a lot the past couple years, so this year we're just doing really simple things. So we're doing our Hawaiian rolls and our French rolls and a couple of different loaves of bread, our cute little honey bunnies that we make out of our bread, and white bread or wheat bread. And we're actually doing carrot cake this year on our menu, so like a 6-inch 3-layer carrot cake. Ooh. We have a new baker who's really good at cakes, so we're hopefully gonna get that running. And like we always have our take and bake stuff. We're gonna have packs of cinnamon rolls and scones, and so It's going to be pretty good.
You mentioned the Peep Latte. You know what's funny about that is I don't care for Peeps,
Me either.
but yet somehow a Peep Latte sounds. I think it's just I like marshmallow flavor in my coffee, so I think that's like I'm a sucker for a good like s'mores style coffee. So I think that's why the marshmallow sounds kind of good. Well, that is fantastic, and. You guys are also doing something pretty awesome. I know Great Harvest really likes to get involved in the community a lot, and there's been a number of ways you have done that. And right now, there's a very particular way that you guys are helping out the local food pantry. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so for the month of March, obviously we're gearing towards the end, but if you buy 2 loaves, we donate 1 loaf to the food pantry. I think currently we're up at 72 loaves for the food pantry. Yeah, and then every time you purchase or a transaction goes through, you're able to round up to the nearest dollar or donate a few dollars, $3 to $5, and it goes directly towards the food pantry. We also match $100 a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely stop in the next,
Yeah, week and a half. Yep.
Yeah. And then we also, so anytime they come in, you can donate. So.
And how's that been going? Folks been coming in and been being pretty generous?
Yeah.
Super.
Definitely we've seen a lot more turnout. Our sales have crazy spiked in the last few weeks, whether it's because of that or but yeah, people are definitely coming in and donating and so.
Okay, very good. One of the other things we wanted to touch on, you guys have a really talented staff there, and I know just if people can't tell just from talking to the two of you today, if you've been in there, you know that the people there are pretty passionate about what you do, and so you guys take what you do pretty seriously. And there was an award that recently happened. Talk about that.
Yeah, so our bread baker, Kelly, has been with us since the day we opened. And actually, our 4-year anniversary is coming up, I believe, on the 23rd of April or something like that, which we'll have some fun things going on for that. But we mill our own whole wheat flour, and we won an award for our honey whole wheat bread. So it happens once a year where you have to send in a loaf of honey whole wheat bread to Great Harvest Corporate. They do testing on it, make sure the texture is good, all that kind of stuff. And we went through 3 rounds of testing, and our loaf of bread won out of all the Great Harvests in the country, which is pretty awesome. And so we're very proud that our honey whole wheat is great. And honestly, I don't like wheat bread, but our honey whole wheat is really good. You can taste the fresh milled wheat in there. I like it on our toasted tuna sandwich. It's really good. So if you're not a whole wheat person, but you want to try, I recommend ours.
I want to, you're going to hate this question because as people who work there and are super passionate about what you do, this is basically asking somebody to pick their favorite child. But somebody comes to you and says, you have to narrow the menu down to 1 item for the rest of time. What's that 1 item you're picking?
Sourdough.
Yeah.
Sourdough?
Something with sourdough. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely a loaf of sourdough or
Fair enough.
a breakfast sandwich on sourdough. Our sourdough goes crazy, and we feed our starter every single day. It's a very labor-intensive bread, but it's very loved and it's very delicious.
I have been recently stuck on sourdough starter TikTok, and it's fascinating. I'm wait, I didn't know any of this about sourdough. I've just always enjoyed the end product. Going, this is delicious. I don't know why, but it's delicious. Fantastic. Again, we're talking with Adriana Perez and Alyssa Stakoyak with Great Harvest here in Beaver Dam. And just one last chance for you guys to let folks know why they should come into Great Harvest and check it out.
I just think, not to be biased, but our bakery is just top tier. We forget how good it is because we're around it every single day. But Adriana has been giving some cookies to her family, and just text message after text message, these cookies are so good. And she gives the ones that were going to be donated or were going to go in the trash. So even 3-4 days later, our bakery still is really good. Our cookies, anybody looking for, maybe there's not a crumble in town, but we're better than crumble.
Yeah.
Our cookies are just so good. They're all made from scratch. We have really cool flavors. We have like a caramel cashew right now. We gave you that one, a mint Oreo. We have
Those
some,
are my favorite.
Yeah, we have some fun ones coming up for Easter. We have a birthday cake, funfetti one. We have carrot cake one, like really cool flavors. And we're always open to suggestions too on whatever scone flavors or cookie flavors people want to see. So
And those cookies are not tiny. Let's put it that way.
no, they're very shareable.
They're very shareable. Or if you're like me, just enjoy the whole thing.
I could eat a whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why should folks come in and check out Great Harvest? Alyssa
fun.
just did such a great job telling everybody why.
No, I mean, I think also a lot of our customers, they enjoy coming in because, I mean, we have that personnel, like, you know, we like seeing customers reoccurring, this and that. It's just like that whole, like, seeing
Very
them all-
homey vibe.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
We brought in like mugs to use. We brought in like plates to use, like reusable ones. We're trying to go away from like a lot of plastic and stuff like that. We're trying
The
to
fast
make it.
service, more homey.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Hopefully, we can get our patio open soon.
I know I'm so excited about that. Yeah.
That will be nice. I don't see patio weather out there
know.
today,
Yeah.
but it'll
It was
it'll
like
be
2
coming.
days ago. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was 2 days ago, and actually the sun's coming out today, and it's going to be pretty decent out. It's going to melt off all this snow, so we'll be there soon enough. Again, talking with Adriana Perez and Alyssa Stakoyak with Great Harvest. Great to have both of you in, and thanks so much for all the goodies you brought.
Yes,
I know,
of course.
I'm thrilled, and I know the team's going to be excited. I guess I'll share with the team. I'll be that guy. So thanks again for joining us. Great to meet both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Stop down at Great Harvest downtown Beaver Dam and check it all out. We'll have more when we come back on Hometown Today from 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Our thanks again to Adriana and Alyssa for joining us from Great Harvest and for bringing us lots of goodies here today. And we are excited to welcome in our next guest with the spotlight on business here today with the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center. We have with us Kim Metalberg with Dove Apothecary here in Beaver Dam. So good to meet you, Kim, and have you in this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, excited to have you in. And before we get into the business and talking about what it's all about and a little bit of the background, I want to learn just a little bit about your background and what you've done up until this point.
So up until this point, I have studied used herbs myself. My first experience was when my daughter was a child and I was like reading, and I read about slippery elm and how slippery elm actually helped remove a cancerous lesion. And I thought that was so interesting, and it started my path, my journey along the way. But in the meantime, you have to do a living. So I was a travel agent, had my own agency. We just moved back, or I should say I just moved back from Tucson, Arizona. So I took a stink and said, I don't like the cold anymore, but I hated the heat even more. And moved back it'll be 2 years in July.
Okay.
Totally love it. I fell in love with Beaver Dam. This isn't the area I was from, but my children moved here.
Okay.
Fell in love with the city of Beaver Dam and just decided that this is where I wanted to stay, and I wanted to join the community and help the community itself to grow.
Sure. Well, let's talk about Dove Apothecary, which at some point I've already warned Kim I am definitely going to pronounce that incorrectly at some point. So you just wait and watch for that. But talk a little bit about Dove Apothecary, what you guys do there, and what people can expect when they come in.
So the Dove Apothecary really, truly is just a passion of mine, because in Tucson, you had the availability, or I did, of having anything I wanted within a mile of my house. So I had bulk herbs, I had vinegars, I had oils, I just had everything. And I came here and there was like nothing. And so what better than to bring my passion to the people that are around here and to try to bring in fresh herbs and vinegars and oils. And I thought of something this morning for you.
Okay.
So this morning, vinegar, oils, and herbs actually go back to the beginning of time. They're in the Old Testament. So if you think about Moses, they had bitter herbs.
Okay.
When they left for the night of Passover, you have Jesus talking about the olive oils and the olive trees. So what better thing than to bring biblical things to us?
Yeah, I mean, what a timely thing with Easter coming up, and so that plays right into the whole Easter story. And can you talk about like some of the ailments that people might be dealing with that you see, and some of these things can help with?
So you have a sore throat or cough. Mullein, which literally, so over by the on the Riverwalk, there was a mullein plant when I first moved here. Great big huge. It's a weed, but weeds will actually help to heal you. That's why God made them. So, and I sat there. So if you have a really deep cough, you could actually use mullein. So plantain, which is a weed, if you get stung by a bee, you could pick plantain, chew it, and put it on the sting bite, and it will draw out the poison from the sting.
Well, I'm keeping plantain on hand this summer. How did I not know? My kids are going to just be thrilled. Yeah, we get those bee stings every year. So that's really interesting to know.
Yeah.
There's a whole slew of things that you can turn to things like that. And it is amazing to me as I get older to find out, how many weeds out there that you would just think is weeds and just want to get rid of really do have actual uses to them.
Dandelion?
Yeah.
Will help your liver.
Interesting. I actually know a few people who like to make dandelion wine. Does it count in that form? Will that help? I mean, I can't imagine, in that form, it might be a
could.
little more harmful to your liver, I would think, but.
Maybe, maybe not, because you do realize that in the Bible, it also talks about wine.
This is
so
true.
There
This
you
is
go.
True. There you go. You make a good point. Now, if people have not heard of Dove Apothecary, that's not super surprising because this is actually a brand new business. Brand new, right?
I opened March 8th of this year, so only a couple of weeks old.
Yeah.
I'm still looking and sourcing products, so I do have fresh teas or loose teas. I do have herbs where you can create your own tea. And then I have vinegars and oils that,
Okay.
in my opinion, the only way to buy any product is to smell it,
Okay.
to enjoy it,
Sure.
and feel the flavors. Your tongue has so much,
Yeah.
so, and your senses and so forth. So that's the only way to try it.
I was gonna say, I bet a visit to Dove Apothecary is a very pleasant experience for the nose.
It is. It is. Well, it could be bad. There are some smelly,
I suppose,
smelly
yeah,
herbs.
true.
I had met somebody when I was telling them, this was before I had the store, and they were telling me their experience, and they had heard such great reviews on this herb. And they went and they bought the bag online. They opened it up, and it stunk like smelly feet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Are you going to use that herb? No, most people won't. I mean, if you're desperate, you might. But on the whole, most people won't.
Sure.
So my whole theory is you need to smell it and see if your body rejects it or wants it.
Okay, gotcha. Very smart. If people want to learn a little bit more, check it out. Come in and see what it's all about. Check out your selection. Where can they find you, and what are your hours?
I'm at 207 North Spring Street, so right around the corner from Mackenzie's.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'm between, so I like to tell people this because it's not the typical. So if you're an old-time person in Beaver Dam, it used to be a eye doctor place.
Oh, sure.
Recently, it was an art studio.
Okay.
But I'm between the hotel and Century 21
Oh, sure.
is the block that I'm in. And my hours presently, so we're going to expand them,
Okay.
are during the week 1 to 6, and then on weekend Saturday 10 to 4.
All right. And is there a Facebook page folks can follow too?
There is.
Perfect.
There is. It's the Dove Apothecary.
Okay, very good. Just find the Dove Apothecary on Facebook, and you can check out all the great things they're doing over there. Definitely encourage you to go check it out. If it's something that's kind of a new experience to you, go check it out, experience it. Again, that is Kim Mendelberg with Dove Apothecary. Thanks so much for joining me and filling us in, and excited to come down and check it out sometime soon.
Thank you so very much.
Fantastic. And I got through the whole thing without mispronouncing the name. I'm so excited. We're going to have more when we come back here on Hometown Today from 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, who invited you to stop in and discover their power lift chair recliners. They've got the largest selection in Dodge County, ready and available for delivery. With the touch of a button, these chairs will lift you to a standing position or recline you to a comfortable nap. You can even get lift chairs with heated massage, with adjustable headrest and lumbar support, and yes, some models even have cup holders and wireless phone chargers. There's a variety of sizes in stock, from small all the way up to the big mans, with prices starting at just $699. And don't worry about the power going out, because the lift chairs come with a battery backup. As always, local delivery is free, so if you've got someone at an assisted living facility, McKinstry's will get it delivered, set up, and all set to go. They're also a lift chair service center, so if anything ever breaks, they'll have you covered and up and running in no time. McKinstry's Home Furnishings, downtown Beaver Dam. Remember to use the entrance in the tower parking lot, which is handicap accessible. We are back with more of the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center's Spotlight on Business here on Hometown Today. And I just love the variety of businesses we are getting to talk to today. It's a great mix. We kicked it off, of course, with Great Harvest, great bakery and cafe in downtown Beaver Dam. We got to talk to Kim from Dove Apothecary. And now we welcome in Dana and Molly with Rainbow Community Care here in Beaver Dam. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, excited to learn a little bit about Rainbow Community Care and what you guys do. But before we hop into that, tell us a little bit about yourselves and your backgrounds.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'll go first. My name is Dana Trenier. I'm one of the nurses that work at Rainbow Community Care. I got my nursing degree from MATC. I'm a local graduate from Fort Atkinson and Watertown. So that's been really pivotal in my time here with Rainbow Community Care, being a local independent nonprofit company. Started my career at a local hospital. I did medical surgical nursing for a couple years, and then in 2019 came to Rainbow. At that point was Rainbow Hospice Care. So in the interim, COVID, I left Rainbow for a year and went to an assisted living facility. Okay. And since then, staffing got pretty challenging.
Yeah.
So I came back to Rainbow in my position of clinical facility liaison. So that just marries my regulation knowledge of facilities with my knowledge of hospice care and nursing care, and it lets me have support for all the facilities in our service area.
Okay. And Molly, how about you? A little bit of your story.
So I also graduated from MATC a semester before Dana.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Small town living.
And so I've been a nurse since 2016, and I worked at Mendota Mental Health for about 2 years, and then I left there and I've been doing hospice pretty much since then. I've been with Rainbow since July of last year.
Okay.
So they opened the office here in Beaver Dam, and that worked out great for me because I'm from this area, so that's why I came to Rainbow.
All right, very good. Again, talking with Dana Trenier and Molly Argall from Rainbow Community Care. And Dana, you kind of started to touch on it, but talk a little bit about some of the services that Rainbow Community Care has to offer, and you kind of have different service lines, if I'm not mistaken. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. Actually, it leads me into our rebrand. Our foundation is run by a group of local entrepreneurs and advocates for our community. And in 2024, they made the decision that Rainbow Hospice Care was a little singular. We do so much more than that. So they changed our name to Rainbow Community Care to exemplify the umbrella of services that we have. So we're most commonly known for Rainbow Hospice Care. So that's our program for patients who are terminally ill. Then our next program is supportive care management, which is our palliative care program. Okay. That helps people with serious illness and helps ease the burdens of people living with those chronic conditions. We also have advanced care planning, where we have social workers who are facilitators of advanced care plans, and we offer that to the community. So you don't have to be a part of our programs, you don't have to sign up for anything. It's just something that Rainbow's identified as something that the community can need.
Okay.
And we also, after COVID, opened up our grief support program for the community. With hospice care, we provide grief for patients and families even 13 months after the patient passes. But with COVID, it just highlighted the grief that all of us were going through, whether that's a job loss, a divorce, a loss of a loved one, certainly, but can get our services from our social workers and bereavement team. Again, not on our program, not on our services, but just to help the community and people in need.
So for the two of you, do either of you work in one particular facet, or do you kind of work across all of those lines of service?
Good question. For me, going around to all the facilities and hospitals around, I kind of dabble in everything. Sure. But Molly, the reason we brought her today, she's our specialist in the area. We'll let you share about your role.
Yeah. So I am just a hospice nurse. Just a hospice nurse.
Yeah.
Okay, so I only take care of hospice patients.
Okay.
So I help them with, the process of dying and make sure they're comfortable and all that stuff. Yeah. There for family and just support.
What, for each of you, is there anything in particular that you really enjoy about the work you do and working with Rainbow Community Care?
I really enjoy giving education to people, bringing light to the things unknown. The phrase comes to mind, you don't know what you don't know. And I really think of birth, like we immerse ourselves in the books and the classes, but birth, like death, is something inevitable that we will all have to go through and experience in one facet or another. And when I see the light bulbs kind of clicking about the things that are preventable that some people go through, like advanced care planning, getting your power of attorney completed, and having those conversations and getting your wishes respected, when that happens is my favorite part of my gig.
How about you, Molly?
I really like just helping people and making sure they're very comfortable and just being there for them when they are, going through the process of dying.
Sure. Is there any special experiences you've had that stick out to you?
So I had a patient, Margaret. She was a 78-year-old widow. She lived outside of Beaver Dam. Her heart condition was making her daily life difficult. She started with our Friends in Action program. Jim, a volunteer, visited twice weekly to help with groceries and home tasks, allowing Margaret to stay independent. Her health declined. Our supportive care management team stepped in. Nurse practitioners started making visits to her to manage her symptoms and coordinate with her doctor during these visits.
And she was on supportive care management for quite a while, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
During these visits, we noticed Margaret worried about her future. Our advanced care planning facilitator helped her document her wishes.
She didn't have that power of attorney work figured out. She didn't have her wishes documented, so the social worker went out.
Yeah. So when her condition worsened months later, she transitioned to hospice. Which was...
And that's when she got to meet you as her nurse case manager.
Right. And it was a very smooth process since we already knew about her.
Sure.
So we provided compassionate care in her home, just where she wanted to be. After she passed, her children found comfort in our grief support program. So it was a very special story because it continued her care, she never had to repeat herself with new providers. We knew her story because we were with her with every step of the way. So.
Do you, as working in hospice, do you find yourself often getting, really nice communications from families after your job there is done.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet
Yes.
that's
It's very
probably
rewarding.
pretty special part of the
Yes.
job. Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, some great work you're doing over at Rainbow Community Care, and obviously in talking to the two of you, it's pretty apparent that you're very passionate about what you do and you really enjoy what you do. If people want to learn more about Rainbow Community Care, some of the services you have to offer, where can people find you?
One Stop Shop is our website, rainbowcommunitycare.org. It has information on all of our service lines, again, hospice, palliative care, advanced care planning, grief support, community health ministry, and Friends in Action, our volunteer program. We're also on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, pretty much any social media platform. We're on there, but the website is just so robust. It's full of great information, so I would head there.
All right, very good. Again, Dana Trainier and Molly Argall with Rainbow Community Care here in Beaver Dam. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. It's great to learn a little bit about Rainbow Community Care and get to know the two of you a little bit.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Appreciate it. And again, Dana and Molly with Rainbow Community Care. Thanks to them and some of our other guests here this morning. We'll have more Hometown Today coming up here on 95.3 WBEV. It's presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors and so much more. Whether you're in the market for some flooring, new countertops or cabinets, or it's time for that upgrade to the bathroom with a new shower or tub, the team at Professional Floor Covering has you covered. When it comes to countertops in your kitchen or your bathroom, the material, the colors, the patterns all make a big role and a big difference in how your project is going to turn out. And that is why at Professional Floor Covering, they have a huge selection of countertops, including quartz, granite, marble, and laminate. Their team will help you find the perfect countertop that fits with your design. Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, online at PROFLR.com. More Hometown Today next on 95.3 WBEV.
WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors and so much more. Whether it's flooring, countertops, and cabinets, or an upgrade to your bathroom with a new shower or tub, Professional Floor Covering has you covered. When it's time for new kitchens in your cabinets. Wow, I'm all kinds of messed up today. New cabinets in your kitchen. Professional Floor Covering is the team you want to work with. You want your cabinets to not only look beautiful, but you want them to last for years to come. They're a great investment, and that is why at Professional Floor Covering, they have partnered with some of the top brands so that they can offer you unrivaled quality and craftsmanship. Whether you're going traditional, modern, or anywhere in between, their cabinetry team is there to help design your dream kitchen. Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, online at PROFLR.com. Got one segment left of Hometown Today before we turn things over to the Garden Doctor. And joining us now with the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center, we have Tracy Probst with us. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning. It's always good to be here.
Yes,
Thank you, Kale.
Always nice to see you. And of course, we got to visit with Shannon a little bit yesterday and talk about some of the upcoming fun events going on. But a couple of other things we wanted to touch on today. We'll talk about a couple of other things coming up. But first, one of the things we want to talk about today is there is a lot of conversation right now, not only across the nation, but right here in Beaver Dam, about childcare and the lack thereof. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a really complex problem that's coming to a head here. So back in COVID, the state received ARPA funds, and Governor Evers and legislation chose to, supplement the child care providers during COVID. And we have to look at all of our child care providers are really operating on razor-thin margins. When you take into account the cost of rent and also cost of insurance, obviously liability insurance, you're dealing with children, food and everything, operating a child care center is really not profitable.
Yeah.
And so these COVID funds, as they were called, really helped sustain these child care facilities. And, child care is extremely expensive. But now you take away those funds, and a couple things are going to happen. First, employers are going to lose employees because we were just talking, you and I, Kale, you come to a point where the spouse says, it doesn't pay for me to actually have a job because I'm paying as much in childcare, I might as well stay home.
Right.
And then the other thing that's going to happen, childcare providers cannot pay their staff enough. So they are going to lose staff. So this funding is coming to an end here shortly, and so I'm calling this a childcare crisis because I'm concerned. Prices are going to go up and employees are going to go down. And so just really wanted to take this opportunity to bring awareness, especially to those employers, so that they let their representatives know that some funding mechanism still needs to continue because, first of all, early child care is important. It's the most important time for development. We need to have quality providers. And the way the system is set up right now, that's not going to happen. So really appreciate you letting me get on a soapbox.
Absolutely. No, that's okay. And I know, there's a lot of ways to get involved in that if it's something that you're concerned with. I know I've seen a good amount of advocacy happening at the state capitol, and just reach out to your representatives and just let them know what it means to you and how it affects you and how you feel it affects your community, because it's important for them to know. So appreciate you bringing that up and bringing light to that, because it is something we just need to deal with. So and it does affect us here in Beaver Dam.
It does. And the child care providers have been very good about being vocal, but they're not hearing it from the businesses or even the employees.
Yeah.
So it can't just be the providers, because it's going to be like, woe is me.
Right.
I'm maybe a for-profit or a nonprofit child care provider. It has to come from the people that it's really going to impact.
It's good to have different perspectives. It really offers the full picture. Well, on to some funner things, and we talked about a number of things coming up. One thing we did not talk about is the big awards that are coming up and some fantastic honorees that we're going to be recognizing.
Yes. April 2nd will mark what we call our Black Ties and Blue Jeans Awards Gala. And it's one of my favorite times at the Chamber, because we are really celebrating our members and the great things things that are happening in our community. We always have recognized 5 under 40. I should say 1 year it was 6 under 40 because there was a tie. But it's really kind of elevating the young people in our community and encouraging leadership. This year we're honoring Melanie Booty of Booty Realty. She actually was a past chair of the Beaver Dam Chamber, among just a mile of other work that she's done in the community. Alyssa Gilmore, American Bank. Allie Roth at WDS Construction. Mitch Sherbring from John Deere, and Kyle Schroeder of Kyle Schroeder Agency, LLC, American Family. So another great list of 5 under 40 that we are honoring.
I could tell you I recognize a number of those names and have been familiar with their work, and so that is no surprise that they would be recognized in this way.
And then large business innovation is Burgess Norton, part of Amstead Auto. And I don't have the statistics here, how long that they have gone without a lost time accident. And we're trying to celebrate innovation and recognizing all the great things that these businesses are doing to elevate their business. And they have a really wonderful safety program and protocol that is going to be recognized. For small business, are you familiar with Let's Go Play?
I am, yes. I am a parent, so we have been over there a few times. It is a great place.
And as far as innovation, those 2 young women have got it going on with, they're really just tuned in with trying to make play accessible for all levels, and just the ingenuity and creativity that they put into that space.
If you haven't been in there, the way that they have laid that out and developed that is just, it's so mindful and thoughtful and really, really smartly laid out. It's so cool. It's so cool.
So often we have businesses start and they don't have a plan. And so my first time going in there, I shouldn't say this, I'm sometimes just have under expectations.
Yeah,
and
you're not sure what to expect.
Overwhelmed me. They had a plan and they executed. So they are our small business honoree. We do an honorable mention for small business and Pine Hill Insurance, just an innovative way of using community service to promote their business. Our nonprofit this year, they've been on this show, GPS Ed, which is the new education program that's being run in our district as well as surrounding districts where it's really hands-on learning. And then honorable mention is Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, with the way that they are still able to recruit volunteers in a very non-volunteer time.
Yeah.
So we also had started in 2020. So much of our employees and our community rely on young leaders in high school and post-secondary schools. And Christopher Bourne has really been an instrumental employee at Brewer Metals Craftsman, and he's going on for his welding degree. He is going to be recognized as an emerging leader. And Anna Sophia Schultz from Wayland developed a community resource website and a number of other charitable causes that she's backed, and she is also going to be recognized as an emerging leader. So if you can join us, reservations are taken through Sunday. April 2nd is the event at Springbrooks Events, a beautiful location to celebrate all that's going on in our community.
I was reading a little bit of the bios of the emerging leader nominees there, and honorees, I should say, and I thought, well, first of all, I'm almost old enough to be either of these two's parent, and yet what they're doing at their age already in this community is absolutely, I'm almost old enough to be their parent. I don't know that I have contributed this much to my community, and I try. I promise I try. So it's awesome. So yeah, that's going to be. I'll be there. I know a number of our team's going to be there, so we're really excited about that coming up on Wednesday, April 2nd, 2 weeks from yesterday.
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
And you will be our voice.
I get the honor of being the voice of the awards. It's my first time, so I'm a little nervous, but hopefully
you're going
it
to do
turns
great.
out okay. One of the other things we want to chat about before we get you out of here today is obviously looking out the window this morning. It kind of felt a little bit more like January, but it's that warm weather's right around the corner. And what else is right around the corner with the warm weather? The farmers market's going to be starting back up pretty soon here.
Yes, it's one of my favorite times of year. I'm married to a farmer. I grew up on a farm, so just the whole idea of being able to have fresh produce and vegetables and accessible in our community is an exciting time. So our market does run May through October. We used to have a Tuesday night, but just really didn't have the vendor support to keep that sustainable. Sure. So we did decide to back off on the Tuesday night. So we are focused on Saturdays, and that again is beginning May through October. We do have a vendor meeting next week, Thursday at the Chamber, 5:30. So if you are interested in learning about becoming a vendor or need to sign up to be a vendor, that would be a great time to come out. But you can go to beaverdamchamber.com, go under the community events and look for Farmers Market, and you can register online as well. It is a great little market, and it keeps growing each year. There was a lot of obviously pushback when it had to move from the mall, but overall, I'd say 90% of the vendors are saying their sales have gone up.
Oh, good.
They understand the reason for the move downtown. It creates a great vibe. Our small businesses downtown appreciate it as well. So come out and support your local farmers and help keep this market going.
I grow my own Beaver Dam peppers every summer, and at the end of towards the end of summer when I can harvest some of them, I like to make a Beaver Dam pepper salsa of my own. And I've got the peppers, but I can't grow anything else. I can barely keep the peppers alive, so I always stop down to the farmer's market. I'm able to get everything, and it's like so much better that way when you get it all from the farm. Everything was locally grown. It's just so good. Can't really beat it. I know coming up this Saturday, you're a busy lady. You think you can get a chance to stop out at Bachfest this Saturday over at UGA?
I am hoping.
Okay. I know I'm the same. I have like a small window of time on Saturday. We'll see how it goes.
You know how it is. You get to this age and your parents are ailing, and so now it becomes your parents become the priority. So depending on how the day goes, I'm hoping to make it out there.
Yeah, it should be a good time. I have not gone through a beer poking yet, and I so desperately want to try a beer poking.
I don't even know what a beer poking is.
You don't know what beer poking?
No.
Oh, we talked a little bit about this with Shannon yesterday. So they heat up, I believe it's an iron rod, and you put it in the Bach beer because, and what it does, it sounds counterintuitive, right? Putting a flaring hot metal rod in your cold beer. It sounds counterintuitive, but what it actually does is it actually works with the sugars in the beer, and it like caramelizes it, and it gives it this really like toasted sweet flavor. Sounds amazing.
Fascinated by this.
It's really
and they're
cool.
doing this.
They're going to be doing this on Saturday at UGA,
Yes.
so looking forward. I'm hoping I can stop down and check it out. Well, Tracy, where can folks find the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center, both physically and online?
So we are at 127 South Spring Street. We have the cutest building. I'm so lucky to work in the old depot at Beaver Dam, or beaverdamchamber.com, or visit Beaver Dam.
All right.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, always a pleasure to have you in, and we look forward to our next visit with you and to see what great businesses you have found to bring us next month.
Thanks so much, Kale.
Awesome. That is Tracy Probst, director of the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center. Thanks to her for being here today. That's going to wrap things up for Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, who invite you to stop in and discover their power lift chair recliners. They've got the largest selection in Dodge County, ready and available for delivery. With the touch of a button, these chairs lift you to a standing position, or they can recline you to a comfortable nap. You can even get lift chairs with heated massage, adjustable headrests and lumbar support, and even some models with cup holders and wireless phone chargers. They really do have everything. There's a variety of sizes in stock, from small all the way up to the big mans, with prices starting at just $699. And don't worry about power going out, because the lift chairs come with a battery backup. Local delivery is free, so if one of your loved ones needs a lift chair in their room at an assisted living facility, McKinstry's will get it delivered, set up, and all ready to go. Plus, they're a lift chair service center, so if anything ever breaks, they'll have you back up and running in no time. McKinstry's Home Furnishings, downtown Beaver Dam. Use the entrance in the tower parking lot, which is handicap accessible. The Garden Doctor is coming up next here on 95.3 WBEV, and then at 11:30, it's Badger men's basketball on Wisconsin. That's going to do it for Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Chronic pain.